On Monday, August 23rd, BP is out of the claims business. They will no longer be processing your claims. Next Monday, a few days from now, BP will be replaced everywhere by the Gulf Coast Claims Facility, GCCF. The 35 claims offices around the Gulf that say BP will be kept for the time being as a transition. But it is now the Gulf Coast Claims Facility. You can go, beginning Monday, into the Gulf Coast Claims Facility where you've been going. File your GCCF claim. If you don't want to, you can go online at www.gulfcoastclaimfacility.com and file your claim online with your backup. You don't even have to go to the claims facility. You'll get a claim number, click on, right electronically. If you want to go to a Gulf Coast Claims Facility, you can do that and get a claim form. If you want to call a 1-800 number, we'll get you those numbers. You can do it 1-800 by telephone. If you want to fax in your claim, you can do it that way. You do not have to go physically to one of these claims offices. But listen carefully. If you already filed a claim with BP, you must file a new claim. We don't need all of your backup, all of the backup documentation. That will be automatically transferred. We don't need that. You don't have to make copies again. Don't send us all that backup information. But we need a new claim form, and I'll tell you why we need a new claim form. Remember, I told you this last time. The new Gulf Coast Claims Facility, if you're eligible, and if you document your claim, will pay up to 6 months of compensation. Not 1 month, not month to month. We need you to refile your claim. You'll get another number. But we don't need any of the documentation and any of the backup. We may ask you for some more backup if you want not 1 month, but 6 months. Now, we will be there, my people, in every claims office around the Gulf, ready to help you file your claim. Now, I want to make a commitment to the people in this room. If you file a claim and you are an individual with lost wages, we will process that claim and cut you a check if you're eligible within 48 hours. From the time you file a claim, we need 24 hours to process it. We need 24 hours to cut the check. So make sure when you file your claim, we have what we need. If you've already given the stuff to BP, we've got that. Make sure if you want more money for a longer period, you document your claim. That's if you're an individual, 48 hours. If you are a business, it might take a bit longer, but no more than 7 days. 7. Again, you've got to be eligible. You've got to document your claim. But if you are eligible and you document your claim and you're a business and you've been waiting for months in a black hole with BP, you will get an answer within 7 days. The emergency payment program will remain open until November 23rd, just before Thanksgiving. You've got time to corral your documents, to justify your claim. This is not something that has to be done on Monday or Tuesday. But if you need the money quickly, we'll be ready to act. Also remember, sounds like a claimant, also remember, when you file for an emergency payment on Monday, or any time up until just before Thanksgiving, you give up no rights of your own. You're not waiving any future rights that you may have. You are simply seeking emergency financial help with no obligation other than to sign the claim form and say you're telling the truth. We must be ever vigilant about fraud. We've got to verify Social Security numbers, addresses. It's all private information. If you're a business, what's your tax ID number or your Social Security number? Check off the box that you're an American citizen or a lawful resident, alien, working. Remember, when you get your check, you're going to get a 1099 form from the IRS. I have no choice. That's the law. Remember, you've got to document your claim. Now, I've told you this before, I will be extremely lenient in the documentation. I don't need reams and reams of stuff. I don't need a tax return. But you've got to document your claim. You've got to show me. Mr. Freiberg, I'm losing $5,000 a month. I can't fish. Pay me. Show me you're losing $5,000 a month. Well, it's an all-cash business. There's nothing illegal about an all-cash business. But you got to document the claim. A handshake isn't going to do it. Well, I lost my tax return. Well, you lost it, but can you document it? Do you have a profit and loss? Trip tickets? Do you have something you can show me that that's what you lost, $5,000? Well, the ship captain will vouch for me. Fine. He will? Well, my priest will. Fine. Somebody's got to. I can't pay money without adequate documentation. But once I have that documentation, 48 hours, if you're eligible. Now, the people in this room are overwhelmingly eligible. You're fishermen, shrimpers, oyster harvesters, captains, charter boat captains, sightseeing ships, boats, all eligible. Food processors, all eligible. Proximity to the Gulf, around the corner, all eligible. I mean, I'm getting some claims, from people who aren't eligible. I own a restaurant in Boston. Well, you're not eligible. I own a motel in Knoxville, Tennessee. You're not eligible. The people in this room, based on what I've heard and what I hear from your presidents, are overwhelmingly eligible. Eligibility, calculation of your damage, proof, payment. Now, by the way, let's talk for a minute about payment. There are various ways you can, when you fill out the claim form, there are various ways you can get paid. You'll decide by checking off the box, either in person or online.